We are looking at reading number 2 from the Life series. And today we're going to be exploring the theory of evolution. This lesson exposes one of the main headlines of the evolutionary movement as false. Darwin's finches have not evolved into different species. This should be old news, but since your students are still learning about these finches in school as evidence for evolution, you get to destroy that lie today. You can even pass my email on to their science teacher if they want to discuss it further. Welcome to Tested as Trained, where our goal is to present Scripture and the evidence for Christianity in a way that destroys arguments and pretensions of every kind that sets itself up against the knowledge of God in order to keep our kids in the faith. The purpose of this video is to guide your preparation for this session. You will have the correct answers to the questions, learn the key ideas, and gain some ideas for engaging your students in the discussion. Key takeaways for this session. 1. Evolutionists are teaching long-failed theories as fact. Number 2. Groups within species can dominate over time as their characteristics allow them to survive better. And number 3. Darwin's finches have not evolved into different species. Let's take a look at our questions. Number 1. Scientists say that macroevolution took place after life came into being from non-life. That is true. Number 2. Evolution is considered by scientists to be a fact. True. Number 3, when groups within a species are able to flourish better because of a characteristic, then that characteristic is more likely to be passed on. That is also true. Number 4, Darwin's finches are proof of macroevolution. False. Number 5, when parts of a species develop in very different ways, they can no longer mate. And that is also false. As you are engaging your students in this session, ask if a Chihuahua can mate with a Great Dane. They look totally different, right? Big, small, different types of dogs. What about a Maltese with a Saint Bernard? The point is that appearances within species can be wildly different, but at the end of the day, they are still a dog. This is a great lesson to begin to expose the secular agenda of our government and schools. After presenting the facts of the article, ask why schools would continue to teach a knowingly false theory. Get the kids involved in identifying motives. Discuss the two possibilities for the creation of complex life: evolution or creation. Why would schools not teach both side by side? After all, the incredible design of life, which we will get to later, strongly suggests a designer. Finally, discuss how we are changing, but not from species to species, but within our own DNA limits. Microevolution. Come up with your own. Remember to use current events or relate things that are happening in your community or in the lives of your kids to make these lessons real. Ask a bunch of questions. The next session is going to cover micro and macroevolution and give a clear example of how our DNA has boundaries within a species. Micro and macroevolution are sometimes linked together, but their differences are important because, believe it or not, Christians can fully accept microevolution. Respect your kids' intellect, test their knowledge of Scripture and the evidence that supports the claims of Scripture, and you are training them to impact the world for Christ. I speak and train extensively on the topic of properly teaching our youth, and I'm happy to consider engaging with your organization too. Please send an email to me at b@bracebarber.com if you have any requests, questions, comments, critiques, or ideas. Have a blessed day.